Bienvenido a los maestros de las cervezas. Me llamo Jaime.
Me llamo Esteban.
Esteban. Sí.
Sí. Esteban.
Y vamos lo más that. Okay, that was a good fun thing in Spanish.
We press this SAP button. All right, now that we're back in English.
Yes, now back to English. That was fun. Welcome to another fun episode of the Northwest Brewmeisters. As I just said, I am Jamey.
I am Steve.
And we are just two guys who like beer.
Think you should too.
Also the most professional broadcast this side of the Columbia River.
Absolutely.
As noted by the fact that we are still not on time. No, today we started early because, yeah, he woke up.
He woke up.
Because there's wasps.
It was wild. When he stays against the window, I think I will be okay.
I think I'll be okay. I didn't think nothing bother us. Oh, and now he comes out. Okay, so distractions.
So, yes,
First thing.
if you see me looking back a lot, I'm making sure this critter is not attacking me because this is an aggressive plant.
All right, yes, it's one of the jerk ones. Wasps. Not a honeybee, not a bumblebee, wasps. So, let's just rock into this. I'm going to share it out to our 7 loyal fans.
Yeah.
And actually, we do have 31 subscribers.
31 now, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, 24 of them just subscribed because they're like your nephew and a buddy of mine.
Maybe.
Your daughters.
At least one of them. I don't think the younger one knows our name. Yeah. Anyway,
Hey,
31 is so cool.
all right. So, anyways,
maybe there's some friends of those folks that talked to us, a couple of days ago. The ones that are kind of regional to us.
yeah,
They know, they know Ben and Trevor.
Cody and
Yeah.
Samantha.
Maybe they've spread the word a little
Samantha or
bit.
Tracy. Samantha.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't
Which is
remember.
really
her name.
bad because she's the one that responded.
Oh, no kidding, huh?
Like they were both watching on the same channel, but she's
She
the
was
one
the
that
one
typed.
talking. She was the one talking to us.
Yes. In any case, so today we are, as you read the description, today we are, don't worry, it'll be fine. He's calm, he's frustrated, he just wants to get out. I'll kill him for you. You just hold still.
Excellent.
Anyhow, so as the description says, today we're kind of starting with some base recipes.
I think he figured it out. I saw something fly under the door,
Oh, nice.
and now he's gone.
Now he's gone. Good. All right.
Carry on.
Now we can concentrate on this. Stay focused. Anyways, base recipes. So I'll let Steve describe his, and then I'll describe mine, and we'll tell you why they are base recipes. And take it, Steve.
All right. Oh, this edition I am doing. It's kind of a blurred line between a special bitter and an extra special bitter, ESB, as compared to a regular bitter or a special bitter. The reason I say that is because I'm kind of experimenting with some grain loadouts here, and my hops as well. I've done this recipe before, made some more changes to it, so now I'm trying it again with the new changes. But this is going to have 6.6 pounds of light malt extract. In this case, I'm using the Golden Light as opposed to the Pilsen Light. I'm also going to have a pound of the Golden Light dry malt. So it'll give me just shy of 8 pounds of malts. I'm using, I did make another change. I'm using Crystal 60, 3/4 pound of Crystal 60. I have 4 ounces of Melanoidin and 4 ounces of Golden Naked Oats, because we like naked.
Who doesn't like naked?
We like naked. In the past, I had used roasted barley, which kind of gave it a reddish tinge, but I'm not using the roasted barley this time. Also, I changed up my hops a little bit. My bitter grain hops are Goldings, East Kent Goldings, and my flavoring hops, or my aroma hops, are Puggles. I'm using 1 ounce of Goldings at the start of the boil at 60 minutes, and then last time I did a 30-minute ½ ounce, and then also ½ ounce at flame out. I think I'm going to change that a little bit and do an ounce at like 10 or 15 minutes remaining of boil. I'll know which one I choose. My yeast last time was London Ale 3. This time I'm actually using the London ESB yeast. That's what it's called. I think the number is like 1325 or something like that on it from my yeast. So this is kind of experimental. It is a baseline recipe. If I like where it has gone, then I might make some minor changes, and if I really like it, I'll just leave it as is, and that'll become my special bitter / ESB that I'm trying to do. That'll give me 3 recipes then that I can actually say I developed on my own over time. One being Resurrection Ale, which went into a keg today, or is going into a keg today.
That's exciting.
That'll be ready to drink by the weekend. And the IPA that I still don't quite have dialed in, but I'm working it.
It's much better.
Yeah,
It's much better.
that's what we're drinking now is the IPA. So it's
This is
much better than the first couple incarnations of it, but not quite there yet, I don't think.
Yeah, at this point, we're just, correction, at this point, Steve is just tweaking to his preference.
Yeah.
I think it's good, but I'm not super picky.
Yeah,
It is-
other people who came over tried it said they were good. I believe. I don't think they were just being polite. You know,
I would
I told them, I was like,
closer
don't be
to-
polite. If you don't like it, tell me. Tell me why you don't like it. That way I can think about what kind of change to make. If it was too bitter, was it too sweet? You know, like the apple flavor that just tastes like, yak urine or something. I mean, so, barnyard.
Barnyard, yeah, you know what? Yak urine and barnyard, two things that I have no idea what they taste like and no desire
Never
to
will.
know what they
Never
taste
will.
like. That was a little crazy.
Anyway, that is my unnamed ESB, or bitter, and we'll go from there. What do you make?
Here,
Beer.
so I'll tell you in just a minute, because I'm already at 148 degrees.
Oh,
We gotta calm this down so I don't go scorching up into the 180s zone.
no, that's a good idea.
Okay, so I'm making a pale ale, which at this point is called pale ale.
Pale ale.
One.
Pale ale. I know pale ale.
Yeah, because I like pale ales. They're good, just easy drinkers. So I'm doing 6.6 pounds of Pilsen liquid malt extract. It's sitting out in the sun right now, so it gets nice and soft and pours easier. 8 ounces of Crystal 10, 8 ounces of Munich. I'm gonna do 1 ounce of Cascade at 60 minutes and 1 ounce of Cascade at 0 minutes. That's my whole recipe.
Nice and simple, yeah.
Super simple.
Sometimes simple can be amazing.
But same idea. We're gonna tweak and peak it, and we'll see what this one tastes like. And I'll be like, I wanted to do more of this. Maybe more of this.
Right.
I should start my timer because there's 150. We've got a new thing when we actually manage to, or correction, when I actually manage to get over to Steve's house on time to set up without running around desperately. And that is to start things sooner so that we get further through the boiling process as the, what's this thing we do? The broadcast goes on. Yeah.
Wow. Forgot already, huh?
Did I mention I needed an app?
18's real.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 18.
I did not get to bed
I
at
think
18 an hour? Or?
I don't know, man. I went to bed right after we split up last night.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's not like I stayed up till 2 in the morning.
No, I didn't either. I was in bed by midnight. So.
No, I was in bed by like 10:30.
Oh, wow.
Then I out and stuff. So anyways, it's base. And I think this is, me personally, I think it's going to be a very drinkable, quasi-uninteresting beer. That's where that's what I think this is going to land at.
Right, okay.
It's going to be very drinkable, easy, kind of like the session ales that we buy,
Right.
cheap. Not quite Coors Light boring, but definitely this is not going to be one of my, there's notes of this, hints of that. What's an after finish? And the mouth feels like we won't be saying any of these things. We'll be like, yeah, that's beer. Let's go
Tastes like
watch
pale ale.
NASCAR.
Tastes like a pale ale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, using the Cascadian hop, it's going to probably be something close to like the Sierra Nevada, possibly.
Well, that's kind of the idea. Something in that zone.
That's the Cascadian.
You did say
Cascade.
Cascadian, but I didn't
Cascade
say
hops.
Cascade.
Cascade hops.
You know what we need in addition to pot can?
What's that?
Flame can.
Any can.
Just looks under there and sees how much flame I got going. Creeping up on 160.
Okay.
Now, that's way too hot.
Oh, here. You can have the towel.
That'll work.
Okay. Throw it because I look at my foot. No, I'm in your beer.
Right, no, we can keep that. Oh, the other one's stupid hot too. Do you have another towel? Oh, there's gloves right there. Look, gloves. We are so prepared. Let me tell you, you don't get much more prepared. Wow, these really don't need to go into the beer. It'll be axle grease.
Those are, yeah, they've handled all kinds of things from, flora in the yard to grill tops and Who knows what else?
Well, it's about to go out. No.
Survived!
You know what?
Yeah.
It's at 160 now, so
Yeah.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll work. It'll work.
We got the timer started. Now we're steeping. So ahead of schedule. So organized.
Good. I like this.
Are you sure this is us? Have we been abducted and replaced?
I know, right? We who you usually are.
Are you you? Am I me? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is real? You know,
Yeah, I
that
wrote a
drove-
song about. I'm writing a song about that.
About what is real? Okay, be careful. You know, that drove Nietzsche crazy.
Oh, I know.
He had that whole "Can I trust my senses?"
Oh
thing.
no, it's not like that. That's it's called bound reality.
Bound reality.
Yeah, bound reality. It's just it's questioning reality. There's a little bit of. I'll let you read the lyrics, but I think there's a little bit of a political sting in there. So
The little thing, is it buried?
I think so.
Well, you know that's the secret. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before offline and stuff. There's a secret to putting a message into any of your artistic works. You've got to bury it. It's got to be almost imperceptible, because if it is too much more than that, it's like beer and alcohol.
Oh yeah.
The alcohol level, there's a limit to how much you can push
Right.
that alcohol level. You go past that, and suddenly it's like,
Oh,
might as well just drink whiskey.
Yeah.
This is an excessively filling, won't get me drunk fast whiskey. That's what I'm drinking right now. I don't like it.
No, and it's not political, like taking sides kind of thing. It's not like that at all. It's, it's not slandering one side or the other, taking sides. It's more about questioning the reality of all the politics that's going around. Everything that we see, no matter what side of the tracks you're from.
It's so frustrating. You just can't trust anything.
Yeah.
And that is a really bad position. I watched some, listened to, read about something. I don't know, it all mushes together. There's so much information that's flowing at us so fast, But there was one thing, it was some person was saying, whether through text or video or just sound, they're talking about Russia and the Russia meddling with the United States election system. And they said, Russia does not have to push the election system one way. Like, they don't need to
Right.
ensure that Donald Trump is elected. They don't need to ensure that Joe Biden is elected. That really doesn't help them very much. They get 4 years, right? Give or take. But what really helps Russia is if they can undermine the American people's faith in their election system.
Right.
It's like, and I tell you what, I have very little faith at the federal level. Now, at the local level, I still believe it. I vote for, Mayor X or whatever.
Councilman, this person.
Yeah, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't think the town we live in is too small for a lot of nefarious dealings to happen without somebody catching it.
Yeah.
After a while, it's like, so we're here at City Hall to mention that we've been talking, and our guy didn't get any votes because we all voted for him.
All right. How did he get no votes?
Yes, how did this happen? Which is one of the reasons I'm such a big advocate for the power being pushed as low as it can go. You got to push it into the towns. Even like on gun control, things like that, which is something that, I'm pretty much a two-way guy. But I push it down to the town. This town says no guns. Great. I won't live there.
Right.
It's like, don't roll over the top of them. That's the way that is that town, their rules, etc.
I'm gonna shut that dryer off.
Yeah, good idea.
I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but it'll be fine.
It is much quieter in here. Just
It is
doing
much
that.
quieter.
But and I just use that example because it's it's something where you would think that being a Second Amendment supporter, I would be like, no, we need the feds to legalize all guns everywhere. It's like, no,
I can agree with that. Let the cities handle their own.
yeah, push it down as
Push it
far
down
as
to
because
city
before I'm a
council.
Second Amendment person, I'm a small government person.
Yeah.
It's like several times there have been well, they were memes pretty much, but things circulating around for reciprocity of concealed carry permits, right? So like our driver's license, there's reciprocity. My driver's license here in Washington is good in all 50 states.
Right.
And Puerto Rico. And England.
Really? Did you get the new license?
No, I have the old license.
Oh, okay, yeah, mine's still the old.
I used my passport to get to England, but I studied up on it. They're like, yeah, nope, you don't need to get a special driver's license to drive here.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. Boy, are you fools.
You're gonna let me get behind the wheel in your country? Oh boy.
And I did. I parked on the sidewalk 3 times. 3 times. Like, there's no cars there. My wife was not happy with me. Justifiably so. And I told her, I got this. I can do this. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I did figure it out, but still.
I drove in Australia, and that was weird, driving on the other side of the
Do they drive on the other side?
Yeah, just like England, yeah. They drive on the other side of the road. And the van I was driving was standard. So I'm shifting with my left hand. Clutch and everything, shifting with this hand. It took a little bit getting used to, man.
Same in England.
Yeah.
I'm driving a Vauxhall. Now the H pattern was the same, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right,
5.
the pattern was the same, yeah.
Right, and the clutch pedal was still on the
Yes,
left.
still on the left, yeah.
But I was using this
Yeah,
hand to move.
it was weird, man. It's like
this is
making that, get ready to make that right turn, but I had to cross the lane and then shift with this hand. It's like, until I got used to it, it was crazy, man.
I tried to convince Wendy to shift for me because she was there all the time, right? We never went anywhere apart, so we're there. Yeah, not so much. I'm like, can you shift? She's like, no. We should be in a bus. It's like, okay, look where we're staying.
Is the red double-decker bus?
Yeah, no. Out where we were at, a little tiny town called Bridge. It was, so to walk to Canterbury was like an hour if you looked at the little thing. To drive to Canterbury was like 15 minutes. To catch the bus to Canterbury at the moment that I looked was 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because you had to wait for the bus to show up.
Because
the buses don't go to Bridge. Literally, Bridge is as big as your yard. I mean, maybe a little bigger than that.
No, I know what you mean. It's a very small town,
I love it,
true
though.
definition of small town.
I mean, it was fantastic.
We have half a grocery store and 4 bars. We're good.
Yeah, well, literally, they had 1, 2, 3 major pubs.
Okay.
They had a breakfast restaurant owned by Leanne. I don't know if she survived COVID. I really hope she did. I really like Leanne. I hope she's still there because we plan on going back to England at some point. And then they had what would kind of be called a convenience store. It wasn't a gas station,
like a
petrol station.
Petrol, yeah. Like a general store, maybe, or
yeah, kind of like that. I mean, it was small and it had food and like sundries, I guess is what you call it. Toilet paper,
sundries,
shampoo, laundry, detergent,
kind of like a Walgreens.
Yeah.
Maybe not a pharmacy though, but
Yeah, a lot like that. But
Walgreens has that stuff plus food. The Walgreens has food as well.
Oh, does it?
Not a lot, but they have candies and I don't know if they're.
No. This place had
coolers. They have coolers.
This place had eggs and hot dogs and bread. And
right.
We actually did buy a bunch of our basic foods. The one thing we didn't. Well,
I forgot to remind you to bring the eggs. That's right though.
But that's okay because we might not have any.
Oh, that's okay.
Something happened. Inventory got screwed up. Somebody ordered 4 eggs. Somebody else ordered a dozen eggs. I was like, oh, that's 5 dozen eggs. And we really only had 4 dozen plus 9. So some of our eggs had to go out and get sold today.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that was my fault. I screwed something up. What was I talking about? Power to the lowest bidder. So this reciprocity for...
Are you done talking about England though? You're talking about the little store in England.
Yeah, I was just saying that was what was in Bridge. That was it. And if you wanted anything more, you had to go to Canterbury, which was a decent sized town.
Okay.
Canterbury is not small. Okay? Like you can get lost in Canterbury.
Now is Canterbury now
because I did.
Outboard of London kind of place? Or
No, we were not.
You were near
not
London,
outboard of London. We were like a good hour, 2 hours from London.
Okay.
We were in Kent and down in southeast England. We were only an hour or so from the cliffs of Dover.
Oh,
we went and saw them.
Did you go look at the cliffs?
Oh yes, we did. Had a lot of fun. Wendy really wanted to see that. She said, I want to see this. All right, cool. It was so cool coming around. The first time we saw a really old church, right? We're just driving down way too fast. on this lane where you're driving on the other side of the road from America. But it didn't matter because the truth is there's only one lane on this road. And the speed limit 60 kilometers or miles per hour. I never did figure it out. I just put the needle at 60. I said, this is crazy. I feel like I'm going to die.
It was probably kilometers, you know.
Well, I just matched the gauge to the sign. Anyhow, zipping along, and we came around this one corner, and here's this old church. I mean, 1500s, you know, 16th century stuff. And my wife actually gasped with pleasure. It was amazing. She's just like, oh. It's like, what? And she pointed at the church. So she likes old things.
Okay.
We stomped around a lot of cemeteries for the same reason, because they're old things.
Old things,
Tombstone, John Smith died 1589.
It's like, wow.
1589, this rock has been here.
Tombstone's been here for a long time.
This tombstone is older than my country.
I bet you saw a lot of John Smith tombstones.
Mm.
I'm not trying to be rude, but that was such a common name, you know, back in those days.
Yeah. In any case, so England was a hoot.
Right.
But I was getting back to reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
And the fact that our driver's license work in all 50 states. Our marriage licenses, which kind of not so sure why we should have marriage licenses. I think that's a government overreach thing. It's like, why are you prying that deep into my life? You know?
Yeah.
Of course, I come from the very religious point of view. It's like, look, marriage is a religious thing. It is not a government thing. Get out.
I think at one time it used to be because blood tests were required to make sure that your blood was compatible. So, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't have a blood test when I got married. You know, I mean, it might be only certain states require or certain counties.
Yeah.
I know, like when my uncle and his one of his ex-wives, they had to get a blood test. That was there back home.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in
That was the
Vegas,
80s too. Maybe it changed. I don't
in
know.
Vegas, you don't even need to know the person.
I know, right?
I mean, you could just like both happen to bump into each other in front of one of those Elvis chapels. Like, hey, want to get married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get married.
It's like, you do know this is legally binding. Like, now you have to get divorced.
Drive-through marriages.
So in any case, reciprocity. So this thing pushes around, and I'm sure it'll come around sooner or later. But this reciprocity of the second of concealed carry. So my concealed carry permit here is good in Montana, is good in New Jersey, is good
Right.
wherever.
But they don't do that.
No. Each state has to decide to honor another state's concealed carry permit. So like Utah has, whatever Utah does with their concealed carry permit is pretty advanced, as like not technologically advanced, but you have to do enough and demonstrate enough that it's something like 28 different states recognize Utah's concealed carry.
Oh, wow.
Washington's is up there,
Okay.
because we have training requirements, which I'm not against. I just think the government should pay for them. If you're going to require me to do something that deals with my constitutional rights, you get to pay for it.
I didn't have to pay for it.
Well, I didn't have to pay for the training either, because every single gun store in town was like, we're giving it free, because they were fighting back.
No, I just did mine online. It was like, hey, you can just go to the site, and it was like register, click through the PowerPoint, and you're done. That's all I had to do.
Oh, I don't know if I call that training. I'm not insulting what you did, but
No, it was all just safety stuff, but it was common sense stuff to me. It was common sense stuff.
And the problem with common sense is remarkably uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, so the reciprocity thing. So again, you think I'm a 2A guy, I like firearms, I would think that would be really cool. No, because in my world, the idea that the states have their own autonomy and they can make decisions about what happens within their borders is more important than me getting to carry a gun across all 50 states.
Right, I know what you mean.
49 of which I go to hardly ever.
Right. Real quick, did you start your timer?
I did.
Okay. I'm
on top of things, man. 12 minutes and 50 seconds.
Right.
You might consider starting yours.
I'll wait till you get your boiled point.
Okay. Just for the record, folks, last time Steve was patient, I was done. And an hour later, Steve was chilling his beer.
No, I'll wait till you actually finish your steep, because that's a good half-hour cushion there.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Because I think last time I waited till you're like halfway through the hill. So I probably did wait a little bit too long last time, but I just wanted to make sure that we were gonna not be fighting for anything, you know. So.
Well, yeah, and that is a good point. It's like, because it's really bad when you both need the same equipment at the same time, particularly on that level of things.
That
that's
happened one time.
critical there.
That happened one. It was like it's been like a year since it happened, but there was one time where we intentionally gapped it out, but somehow I caught up to you, and we needed the work shoulder at the same time.
Well, I probably got busy gabbing. Because you know the other place we'll lose time is like the steep will be done and I'll forget to start my boil.
Right, that's why I'm trying to get it boiling started. Once you get your flame on, then I'll turn mine on.
So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I don't like online training because you can power click things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like.
But it was official. I mean, it was from the state. So.
All right. Well. See, the problem with that is that's just an annoyance thing. That's all that is, right? They don't actually care about training. If it's like that, they're not worried about the training. They're just going to throw a little stumbling block in there. We can just make them stumble, make it more annoying to do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just wrong. But I'm actually all about like some serious training. Like you have to go to a range.
Now, maybe because I'm a veteran, I didn't have to do the other training. I don't know.
I went down to the indoor firing range.
Yeah.
And just
tried to do my
thing.
Like when because they were in FFL, and so when I used them to do a couple transfers, and I had to show proof of that training, and I did.
Right.
First time I took it on the spot, and then the second time I had my certificate still, so I was like, here you
go. But on a broader scale, I'm really in favor of serious training. It's just like, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
It's like, I just think
less people shoot their feet.
There would be less accidental deaths, that's for certain.
It's not gonna do anything against criminals, so.
No, but outlawing guns 100%.
It's not gonna do anything.
As
it's
long
just gonna enable the criminals to do it even more.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we have a military that uses firearms, guns are going to be, and they're going to come out of the gate. Because not everybody in the military is this upstanding patriot there.
No.
I mean, there are some real scumbags.
Yeah.
And so those guns that get into society are going to be the fun ones. RPGs and M16s, It's like the ones that are truly automatic and truly do some damage.
Right.
Yeah, so. And then, no offense to our Mexican friends, but.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay, where you headed?
Oh, quick drive with Lily.
With Lily?
Yes.
Okay, be careful.
Yep.
But those, I mean, I lost my thought because your daughter's going driving with Lily. Who's Lily?
A friend of hers from school.
Okay.
They had like a falling out a while back. I guess maybe they made amends.
Girls are weird.
Yeah.
For the girls who might be watching, you're weird. Straight up weird.
Like the way she described things, sorry, kind of tangent here. I was like, ooh, yeah, good thing you're not friends with her anymore. But I don't know. So maybe they worked it out.
Well, people do that. I think guys are just quicker to fists and quicker to forgive.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So in any case, I'm all about training.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be awesome if we had firearm safety training in 5th grade. Start it there. Right in the public schools. It used to be in the public schools.
It was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's pictures of it. Not every school.
Yeah, it wasn't like that where I'm from. But a state like yours, I can see that because there's way less people.
Well, no, we didn't have firearms
I was
training.
going to say, there's, the gun, any idiot can screw up and do bad things with guns. But I don't know, Montana, it just seems like the people there are a little more respectful to guns, man. If that makes sense. Because of the hunting and just the outdoor.
They grew up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, most
of us
have grown up with guns.
More in the culture compared to like an urban culture where you're not going to have a lot of guns like that.
Right, and most of the guns in Montana are hunting rifles. Revolvers. I mean, he still got handguns. My dad has a semi-automatic 22. Just fun for target practice.
Right.
But no, you're not going to find. You will find AR-15s. Don't get me wrong. You're going to find AR-15s in Montana.
Oh, imagine a lot of guns like that I mean, if all the prepper stuff I hear is true.
Well, yeah, I mean, the small population, less controlled states, those are places preppers like to hang out because nobody bothers them.
Right.
Which is fine.
I'm going to sink a bunker and.
Yeah, I'm just going to live out here 100 miles from mother and I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right for the great collapse.
Come up the other day. Hey, Joe, what? The collapse happened? It did? No, it happened 14 years ago. We rebuilt since then.
Oh.
But anyways, here's your weekly supplies. You keep prepping. We'll see you next week. Oh, shoot, I missed it. But no, Montana, like in our parking lot, like in the school parking lot, there were guns in many, many gun racks in the school parking lot.
Oh,
nobody flinched.
Yeah.
You know, part of it because it's hunting season. Look, I'm not going home. I'm going out of school and I'm driving into the mountains.
Right to the mountains because I'm gonna get that elk.
Yes, elk, deer, whatever it is I'm hunting. So
mythical
it was much a different approach. But the pictures I saw were from like 1950.
Oh, okay.
Long time.
A little different then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm all about it. And I don't necessarily think we need to put high-powered weapons in the hands of 12-year-olds.
No.
But to do training, absolutely. And some of the trainings, some of the laser guns they have now with the dry fire systems and things.
Right.
I mean, you can do a remarkable amount of training with safe weapons.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any rounds in them. You know, you're firing, basically it's a cartridge that has a little button on it and it fires a laser. So you can do, you know, accuracy training and things like that, how to take care of a gun. Safety is the biggest thing.
Right.
You know, it's like maybe later on in the higher grades, then it's like, do you really want to learn more about using weapons? Then okay, those courses might not necessarily, that's not something I would necessarily think should be mandated. But
available, maybe.
Yeah, I mean available within the high school system. I would be all for that. I would say the safety stuff. Look, you do not have to touch a gun ever. You don't have to touch a gun, but you have to take the safety school. You got to learn about gun safety. Just in case you do end up with a gun and you do something stupid, you'll know. It's like, look, that's the dangerous end. Yeah. You know, the 4. Every weapon's loaded. You know, never pointed at something you don't intend to destroy. Know your target and beyond.
Right.
Can't believe I forgot number 4. There's actually 4 of them. I just listed 3. They're the most important ones. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point a weapon at something you don't intend to destroy. Know your target and beyond. Maybe there's only 3. Those of you in the audience, if you can help me with rule number 4, which
we got some.
Yeah. I'm about to talk to Nathan.
Oh, hey, Nathan.
Nathan is like. First comment, what the hell? We saw you there. We're just finishing up the thought. Yeah, we're talking about firearms today, for whatever reason. Kind of firearms and constitutionality and governmental power. And,
right.
Like, we're not trying to go left-wing, right-wing on this stuff. We're just like, that's what we're discussing at this point.
You know what I'm discussing? An empty beer.
I'm pretty close. What do I got? 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Woo! How have you been, sir? It is good to see you during the broadcast. How's your hand? You know, I never did find the pictures of his hand. I never found the pictures, but Steve said they were pretty gnarly. Gnarly. That is an 80s term.
Gnarly, bro.
Well, the first one, it was all, you know, bandaged up and stuff. And then he recently posted some pictures of the aftermath. Looks like it's healing pretty good.
As I mentioned last night while I was posting in the Discord, I really need to visit Discord more than once every 2 weeks. What I need to do is delete my Facebook.
You think you're ever going to do that?
Nope, I don't. I will be there forever. It's an addiction. It makes heroin addiction look like nothing. The dopamine hits I get from that are incredible. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
All right, man. It's barely just after 4 o'clock, man. I can't believe it.
Well, we started early, got here on time. We should try that more often. Getting here on time, starting early.
Like I like the fact that you started your fire even before we hit the play button.
Okay,
was a
so
good
that
idea. That was a good
that's
idea.
something I think that we said that a couple broadcasts ago, and I think we should do that. There's no
Kick it
reason.
off, and who cares?
Like if I'm here early, there's no reason to wait until 3:30 Pacific Standard Time every other Sunday. Be here.
Selfless plug.
Selfless plug. But there's no reason to wait that
Right.
long, It's like, go ahead, fire it up, The only thing is, usually we shut down the broadcast right around the time when we move to wort chiller. But now that you have a real hose instead of a 6-foot stubby hose,
Right.
we do the wort chilling over here.
Yeah. Like we'll talk loud so the camera picks up our voices.
Camera can't see you.
Sometimes it's good just to shut down so we can focus on everything else.
Well, yeah. Although, to be
Broadcast
honest, with as far apart as we are, we might not need to worry about it. I need to go get the drippings bucket.
The drippings, yeah.
Oh yeah, the drippings bucket.
It's kind of steamy. There's some leftover beer in there.
From like how long ago?
Last weekend.
No. So, we're making base recipes, basically recipes from which we plan to expand and go other places. I'm making a pale ale. It has 2 grains, 1 set of hops, the same kind of hops, 1 at 60, 1 at the very end. And yeah, there's nothing fancy about my beer. It's going to be pale ale. I think it's going to be uninteresting, but totally drinkable. And then I'm going to go from there. It's like maybe I'll stick with the Cascade at the beginning. I guess really, when it comes to bittering hops, just whatever's cheap.
I mean, pale ales by themselves are pretty not complex. I mean, they're intentionally not a complex beer.
Yeah.
As far as your grains and stuff go. And I'm making a English special bitter. I've made this before a few times. I made some changes to what I did in the past to see if it's going to be a little bit better. Last few times I did this is kind of like drinkable, but it wasn't what I wanted. So hopefully now I'm dialing in a little bit better.
Might be time to break open Charlie's book. See what he says.
Charlie's book, yeah. The Bayesian book.
Bayesian.
Oh, your wort looks like it's actually the right color. You thought I was going to say something about a sack.
Or peeing or something. You are absolutely right.
I was just noting the color. It's like good pale ale color right there.
Oh yeah, that is just. And once that
You're
clears
just going to
up,
darken it a little bit when you put your malts in, but that's all right.
not a lot though.
What was your grain? Just crystal like 40 or something? Or
Crystal 10.
10, that's right. Because I didn't.
That's right, because you were like,
I know
they don't
they
even
did.
make Crystal 10. Yes, they do.
No, I said I didn't know they made a 10. I thought 20 was the widest, but I stand corrected.
Crystal 10, and then Munich.
Okay, so Munich malt. Yeah.
8 ounces of Munich. But
Yeah,
both
I've
of
used
them,
Munich before.
very yellow, not dark, not heavy duty in color.
Gotcha.
So now we can move over to hot cam.
Oh,
Hot cam. So you can see this color that we are talking about. First, you can look at my hip. Let's see if this works.
Ow.
And it doesn't.
And it didn't swap. There we go. Nope.
No, that's because I hit the wrong button. Try this again. There we go. All right, fire up, man. Trust me, fire up. I'm not going to get distracted.
Famous last words.
We're gonna both need the wort chiller at exactly the same moment. All right. Little noise here.
All right. Flame. There she is.
All right. Keep your eye on the thermometer.
Exactly.
I use warm water to get mine started, so I don't have that far to go actually.
Oh,
About,
all right.
about 90 degrees on my water.
Oh, well, I'll keep moving quick. I promise I will move quick. Walt, we're trying to broadcast here. What the heck? It's a Jeep. You don't need to buff it. Just kind of dust the mud
I
off,
don't
and
think
it'll
he's
be
buffing
fine.
his Jeep. I think he's working on a bench in front of the Jeep. Oh man, God, get out of here! And that freaking Hornet came back.
Probably a different
Like
one.
right in my face.
Attack! Attack of the Hornets!
Stupid Hornet.
Okay, whoever it is, this Breeze company needs to figure out the value of a little tiny tab.
Yeah, seriously. That was a fly.
The summertime and the bugs.
Yes. Good.
No, I think you're right. It is going to darken up a little bit. Not a lot though.
It'll be fine. God, stupid thing. That was a Hornet again.
For the most part, they don't mess with you unless you like piss them off.
Right.
Or you go close to their nest. I was out on the deck once, and they had built a nest underneath one of our deck chairs.
Under the chair, huh?
Under the chair, like under the seat of the chair. And so, do we have a ladle? Ah,
Ladle. Do we have a ladle? Of course we
Okay.
do.
What was that on the ladle?
Some dust or something. No,
Okay.
it wasn't dust.
I'm about to boil this. It'll be all right. It'll be
I don't know, it
fine.
was like, I don't know, something that was in the drawer. Oh, you do have a, I think that's an actual bee right there by your beer. Oh, by your hand now.
As long as it doesn't go in my beer.
That doesn't appear to be the Hornet. That appears to be a bee. Like a regular bee.
Nope, that's a hornet.
Really?
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's enough room in here. You hold that for me, please, sir. Da-da-da. What do we got? Not sure what a psychiatrist would say about the mindset of the situation, but that's me. Uh-oh. That's Nathan.
He asked about his hand. Maybe he's referring to his hand.
Are you psychiatrist?
Oh, psychiatrist.
Not sure what a psychiatrist would say about this mindset of the situation, but that's me. All right, no lie, man. We're both confused.
I mean,
We're talking about the firearms discussion, the wasp. That we're about to go to normal cam
with
because
Darth
you're.
Vader on this guy.
All right, let's go back to normal cam because
No.
Steve's being funny.
Oh, I was getting ready to whack a wasp. I'm trying to, he's getting a little bit too close.
Why are you hunting the wasp with the thing that I need to put into my beer?
Because it'll add some flavor.
You know what? Fine, I'm down with that. This is going to be a
I'm
wasp pale ale.
Oh, so hey, Nathan, my family and I will be traveling to Florida this year. Sometime around the holidays, we'll be in like Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. Maybe we can link up and grab a beer or something, man. You know, I could drive out to your area or meet you halfway or something. I'm not sure. You'd have to tell me, but
Or a mead.
or a mead, yeah. Try your if you have some mead ready, I'd love to try some. Anyway, let me know, and we'll figure things out in a few months.
Seriously, come on.
The other thing I love about these, not really love, but you go to open it and it like the seal separates and you leave the film, but the
Yeah,
other part
The
comes
aluminum
off. It's
foil
like, really,
comes
come
off.
on.
the aluminum foil comes off, but the plastic is still in there. It's like, look here. Yeah, that darkened up quite a bit, actually. You were
Oh yeah,
right.
but it's gonna lighten again when you add the water back into it. It'll do
True.
It'll do it some more.
Because we're going to do 5 gallons, and this is only 3 gallons in here right
It'll
now.
lighten up. You'll probably have kind of a light golden color beer in the end, I would imagine.
Which is what I'm looking
Since
for.
you use the Crystal 20, that's such a light,
10?
light malt. Or, yeah, excuse me, 10. Crystal 10. It's a light malt.
Well, that's the same. That's the same. This is based off my Guan Bach recipe.
Oh, okay.
And all I did was I eliminated the naked golden oats.
Right.
And basically, because what I'm aiming for is less mouthfeel for this one. I want this to be a lot.
Session.
Yeah, sessiony. You know, just like. I mean,
shut the door.
To be honest, well, I still got to go back out.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I need the ladle again too.
Close the door to
Yeah.
try to deaden the sound.
I think he's done.
Yeah, my neighbor's using some kind of power tool across the street.
By the way, Walt's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
We like Walt.
It's just like, man, right
Come
now,
on, Walt!
right now. Sounds like he's sanding something that has a vacuum attached to it. But I think is what he's doing.
Yeah, that's definitely what it looks like he's doing. Here you go, ladle back.
Ladle.
I really am moving as fast as I can here to get the flame on.
That's fine. Your flame will heat up faster. Yeah, if your flame produces better heat than mine does. Because you're closer, your pot sits closer to the flame.
It's just closer, and my pot is narrower than yours. If you look at it,
yeah.
like the diameter. I don't know, just for whatever reason, man. You're right.
Okay, Nathan said something.
Well, no, it's still the psychiatrist.
Okay. I thought that.
Waiting for a follow up on that.
And then, yeah.
I mean, I don't think we've said anything horribly controversial, have we?
I don't think so.
I don't know. We can watch the replay.
Like if we did, we didn't need to. I mean,
we don't.
Maybe he's saying that he's seen, a doctor, and I don't know.
What does a psychiatrist have to do with a broken hand?
I don't know. Maybe it's traumatic.
Well, I bet it was.
It wasn't just a broken hand. Like he mangled it a little bit. It looked like in the picture.
Oh man, that's that.
But the one that I saw the other day, it looked like it's been like his thumb and stuff. I think it was his thumb. It's been reattached. It's still
what
swollen.
Reattached?
I think he cut his thumb off or had it really hurt himself. Yeah.
So that's probably why he's slow to respond. It's hard to type when you don't have fingers.
Yeah.
What the heck? What the heck, dude? That's horrible.
I'm just going off the pictures I saw on in the Discord channels.
Well, it's on the internet, so it's got to be true. What? I will go get that. Don't go under the car.
It's gonna roll into the car.
Don't go under the car. Don't go under the car. Okay, see, we're good. We're good. I got lucky.
You just got lucky. And it's going out in the road.
Oh, really?
Oh, saved by the little
I will
patch
go chase it down.
it's growing out of the crack in my driveway.
I don't have to worry about scorching right now, so I'm gonna fire this up.
It'll be all right. Yeah, I'm already at almost 120. I'm getting there.
There's another comment. I didn't close this one as tight as I could. Oh man, it's sticky everywhere. It's hard to type and hard to relearn the other hand, and harder to relearn the other hand to wipe. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
You are suffering.
That's your dominant hand.
You are so suffering. Back to pop can. So as we can see, it has darkened up from the initial. It's a little bit darker. I got my flame on, going for boil. I am going to now go and chase down that plastic tub that I practically threw all the way in the road from your house. And rinse my hands off because they're sticky.
Yeah, that's the usual. I still have about 30 more degrees to go before I'm ready to steep.
They do recycling, right?
Yeah, they can go in the recycle bin. Oh God, you're boiling over.
You're not funny.
I just probably jinxed myself now. loud noises. What did you do? You didn't really change anything.
I know.
You went down a foot, then you went up a foot.
What the heck?
I know you're trying to keep them banging your melon, which has happened a few times now.
Yeah.
And we weren't even drinking yet.
I'm just gonna let it open all the way.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right, so we're on the way to boil with mine.
You're on the way to boil.
Are you at temp yet?
No, I'm at just a hair over 120 degrees.
It looks kind of cloudy to you.
Yeah, it does.
I wonder if my star sand is good enough.
Have you been using like the same one over and over and over or something? Or?
Oh no, but I have the same bottle because I don't use as much as you do.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I just use a few ounces at a time, you know. But I use it every time though, so.
Yeah, when I go.
Because you don't take sanitization seriously. Finally, I got to give it back to you.
I take it much more seriously.
It's a jab.
I know. After you yelled at me, I totally deserve that though. No lie, I did deserve it because you were in not a great mood and I poked the bear.
Could it be your water? Because it's high in iron, right? Your water's real high in iron, right?
What I'm saying, so that came from my bottle of Star Sand, right?
Yeah.
But I sanitized that, and then I drained it. I didn't rinse it at all, and then I corked it.
Gotcha.
And then today, I filled it with water like that, and added more Star Sand. So maybe it's the old Star Sand that was. It'll be fine. I'm quite certain that it's sanitized. I think that's what it is. It's the old Star Sand is kind of mixed in with the water. There's fresh Star Sand in there also.
Gotcha. Come on, Cletus. Ooh, that thing actually is getting a little warm. One of our pots is talking.
Your pot is a very vocal
Oh, look
pot.
at that! You have a hot break going.
Oh, I love the hot break. That is my favorite thing. It really is. Wait, it is my second favorite thing.
Yep, my next brew day we should have a new hot break, newsletter.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. My first favorite thing is the cold break.
Ah.
I love it when you pour it into the carboy and you get all the little wormy precipitate.
Looks like it's kind of cascading.
Yeah, it looks so cool. Then the hot break, and then when it's fermenting and you can see it actually moving inside the carboy.
That little maelstrom of activity.
I think that is so cool.
Until you have a volcano in your kitchen.
Okay, yeah, so when it comes up and out of the water lock, down the sides of the carboy, all over the floor, not so great.
The worst one to date, in my experience, has been the last Resurrection Ale. Was just like, really? It was all over the place. I literally had to change the water lock 3 or 4 times just to keep it from being nasty, because it get filled up with foam so quick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Resurrection Ale's, that's a double yeast pack.
It is a double yeast pack, so it's high gravity, double yeast, so it was quite active.
I've had three so far.
Okay.
Overflows up through the water lock and out, and they were all high gravity.
The first one was when I did that wee heavy, but it wasn't anything like that. Like, it was just a little bit, it was like, okay, quick, swap out the water lock, one swap and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this one, that one I used yeast nutrient in as well.
I remember that.
Yeah. Like, whoa!
I've been thinking about savory beers. I'm kind of thinking, what would we...
I gotta kind of stabilize a little bit. Savory beers?
Yeah, savory beers. Like rosemary and thyme.
Oh. Yeah, there's one
Maybe
friend of
not
mine
garlic.
he used to work with. He doesn't work with us anymore, but he started using rosemary in his beers, and he was like, "It's amazing." He really liked what it did. He kept offering to give me some. He had some frozen, like fresh rosemary, but always forgot about it. Now he doesn't work with us. We can buy rosemary. Oh yeah, easy. But it has to be fresh.
Does it?
You know, like trying to get a little clear plastic box, you know, that's going over the lettuce and stuff at the grocery store.
Gotcha. So you can't use dried rosemary, huh?
I mean, I guess you probably could, but I imagine you want the fresh rosemary, so you're gonna extract the flavor out of it. You put it in. I think you said you put it in during secondary. Just drop it in. Kind of like dry hopping. Just drop the rosemary leaves in there, you know, or whatever it is. Yep. I'm getting real close to being at temp.
I should probably. Well,
Oh yeah, hot break, man. That's a good hot break.
yeah, man. This is an uber simple beer.
Uber simple.
Uber simple.
You sound like Jordan Peterson.
Or have you heard that gardening guy? He's a local guy.
No.
Oh my goodness, don't you know? He talks like this, and you got to take the leaves of the flowers stuff, don't you know? And I really love these flowers. They're so good. in
Might
the
be
spring.
Canadian, or maybe he's from North Dakota or something.
I don't know. He is living out here, and he has the thickest, like, American Scandinavian accent, if you know what I mean.
Right. Maybe he's Swedish or something, you know.
Yeah, and he does. He has one of those last names. He's really funny. He's a great gardener, man. This dude knows plants. Wow, does this guy know plants?
Cool.
But super thick accent. Yeah, this is super fun.
Yeah.
I had something interesting to talk about, but I forgot.
It's not been that interesting. It's okay. Another beer, it'll come back.
It was fascinating, Steve.
Obviously
Fine.
not.
Totally forgotten what it was.
What was it related to? Like,
I don't even
was it
remember
something that you thought about based
tangential.
off what we were talking about earlier, or is it something you had thought about, like, "Ooh, I want to bring this up tomorrow," kind of thing?
It was something. No, it was something that just kind of flitted across my mind. So yeah, it obviously wasn't that fascinating. Tell you what, I was ready to rant on the way coming over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Boots?
my poor kiddo and his adventures with girls.
Oh.
Ah.
His adventures with girls. Just the way you say that. I'm not laughing at the situation, but just the way you put that. His adventures with girls.
Like misadventures. I mean, just.
Well, I mean, he doesn't get it, right? I mean, is that kind of
Well,
the case?
it's the autism.
You
You know, that's really what it is. I feel we're right on the edge of oversharing for a broadcast.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's just, he has a difficult time with it.
Right.
He doesn't know the social cues, and he's getting better at sarcasm because I'm sarcastic with him a lot, almost on purpose. He's like, "Dad, are you just teasing me?" Yes,
Yes.
I'm just teasing you. You should feel good though, because coming over to your house and hanging out trumps the company picnic.
Huh? Well,
They
that's
were
cool.
there. Jaime wanted to do both. Jaime wanted to go to the picnic.
Yeah.
He sure did. But when I told Jaime, "Are you ready to go to Steve's?" he was like, "Yes, let's go." So you should feel good about yourself. My kids like you,
Oh, that's good.
or they
I like
like,
your kids too. You know,
or they like your TV.
they're good kids. Oh, I know what you mean. The TV. You know,
I mean, I feel that we have a big TV. You have a freaking huge TV.
I don't have any Hawaiian punch for Jaime though. But
He'll be
Brandy's
fine.
at home, so they're still coming back from
Where are they?
Marysville.
Oh, they're not shopping. They are
Oh, no.
out.
No, today was Bailey's friend Cheyenne.
Mhm.
It was her birthday, her friend. But Cheyenne actually lives in that area. She just comes up here to stay with her dad on the weekends and during the summer.
Oh, I didn't know that her mom and dad work together.
Yeah, no, they're not together.
Yep.
So yeah, she comes up on weekends, and then Chris usually gets her for the summer kind of thing. But
Oh,
anyway,
Cheyenne. I'm sorry, not Cheyenne. That's Chris's kid.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. I was thinking Dakota.
oh, she's not in the picture anymore either.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have another
They
falling
had a
out.
falling out. Just teenage girls, man, you know.
Girls, women, there's only, well, there is, nope, now we're down to one viewer. We were up to 3. Now we're down to 1, who I think is me. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know,
what's
maybe
going on.
Nathan had to go.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah.
When you're retraining your hand to wipe.
Yeah.
That's pretty important.
Actually had 3 viewers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder who that was.
I don't know, someone in the background, which we don't mind, by the way. Go ahead, throw it on in the background.
Yeah.
We like to
I mean, I like
comment.
it when you talk to us. It's always fun to communicate with people. Especially
Yeah.
when we get to meet people from other parts of the world. It's like, whoa, you're talking to us from where? You know?
Like Bohemians from the former Czechoslovakia, now
Yeah,
known as the
yeah.
Czech Republic, also known as Czechs.
Yeah.
We had to ask all those questions blatantly, like just like,
Can we
hi,
say that?
we're Americans that don't know anything outside America. What do you call yourselves?
Right.
You know, the one that's really crazy is Holland, or is it the Netherlands, or is the Netherlands just a small part of Holland? And are they Dutch or are they not Dutch? Are they Hollish?
I think it's one of the same.
I think in English they're Dutch, but that's one country where what you call them is almost completely unrelated. Nope, Nathan's still here.
Oh,
so
you
I
still
don't-
here? Oh, okay.
I don't know why this says we only have 1 viewer because we're watching. No,
Maybe refresh it. Maybe it'll change. I don't know.
it's not that important.
All right,
People come, people go.
I'm at temperature. I'm going to reduce my heat a little bit.
All right, let's go back.
I'm going to now submerge my sack into my warm water.
Now here comes the double entendre. It is so good. I click the not for kids button when I do this.
There's no double entendre there.
You're a liar. Straight up liar. Go ahead. You use the term teabag. Just throw it out there. I'll do it for you. All over the place.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is like a freaking Disney movie.
There we go.
All sorts of things in the clouds.
Oh, my friend Andrew texted me.
Oh, good.
Cool. What, you make your own model set? All right, sorry, distraction. I'll get back to him later. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I just put my muslin sack in there.
Your grains.
My
Put
grains.
your grains. You put your grains in. See, grains. Look at that. No mistaking what we're talking about.
My grains.
No 14-year-old boy immature bathroom humor needed.
No, I'm gonna set my timer for 30 minutes. Oh, there we go.
There was a
Look at that nice
comedian.
gold color.
Nathan, you are not helping. Do not encourage him. Since you're so
Thanks,
far
man.
away, Nathan says, drop that beautiful sack, boy.
Yes.
So
At least
wrong.
Nathan's on my side.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of lonely over here now. So savory beer, that's what I was thinking about.
Oh, savory
I just-
beers, yeah.
I'm wondering
Rosemary and thyme.
rosemary and thyme. I mean, I don't know what else you throw
Paul
there.
Simon beers.
Paul Simon beers, rosemary thyme.
Oh, you don't get it,
Isn't that a Beatles song?
dude. Simon and Garfunkel.
Scarborough Fair's Simon and Garfunkel?
Hmm.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't like it still. Not gonna
You
lie.
don't have to like it.
You know what's really weird is I like Paul Simon.
Oh.
I do not like Simon and Garfunkel.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think part of it is not because I don't like Simon and Garfunkel. Most of the music from that era, I'm not a big fan of. That heavy folky music.
Oh, yeah. No, I was making
Like-
a joke. Yeah, I'm not like a fan of it.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying it's just
Not my thing. That was like what my mom listened to. you know?
right. It's the sound, kind of like the Beatles. Like I don't actually hate the Beatles,
Right.
right? But that sound, that whole
Just
British
listening to it.
invasion sound, I don't like the Stones either.
Yeah.
And what I found out after buying the $75 box set, I don't like the Who except for their radio hits.
The one popular song. The one
Yeah.
popular song.
Same with Zeppelin. It's like all those bands, the ones that made it to the radio and the big hits, yes, I do like those. I think part of it's that whole memory link thing. You know, it's like something was going on in your life, and so you link that song to there, and suddenly the song becomes good, right?
Right.
Now, some of those songs were much more well written than some songs that we listen to today, or some songs that I have other mnemonic legs, like the Verve, or is it the Verve Pipe? Doesn't matter. It's a group.
I don't remember.
The lead singer, kind of the band, you know, he was the band. Guy was kind of a jerk.
Oh.
I mean, I listened to some interviews with him, and he's one of those people that tries to be deep and fails miserably.
Like tries too hard or something, or
Yeah, like a high schooler writing poetry. You know, have you ever? I'm sure you've heard high school poetry.
Yeah.
You know, they use big words that they don't really understand, and they talk about topics that they have not experienced, and they try and be deep, and it's like, oh, Charles, that was horrible. I mean, it was horrible, and it was equally horrible. It was even worse because you tried to put so much emotion into the way that you read it, and it impacted me not.
It's like sorry, but it sounded disingenuous.
Yeah, it does, and part of that is because you know that they don't have the experience. It's like you don't understand the pain that you are trying to describe. You know, you have this intellectual idea, and yeah, you got dumped by your girlfriend, but that is, I mean, give it 40 years, then you will know pain. You know, because you learn pain. We go through painful. I mean, actually, there are some people that have lived charmed lives. You know, but you know, a 19-year-old doesn't know pain. Well, I should take that back. I'm sure there are some 19-year-olds who have experienced horrible things, lost a parent, like parent died type deal.
Yeah.
Are you hinting at something, Mr. Swirl the Beer?
No, I was just getting the beer swirled around. That's
Again, you're a liar. This is the Jamey and Liar show. Where Jamey tells the truth and talks about interesting things, and Steve lies to Jamey.
Okay, yes, I was hinting a little bit.
I'm sorry.
But I know I can relate to what you're saying because I was a 16-year-old that lost a parent.
That's right.
You
actually do. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get all weird and stuff on. I'm just saying I'm one of the smaller percentage of the people that've been down that road, you know. So
Yeah. So like I said, you know, I mean, you know, I lost a friend. I didn't lose a parent, but I lost a friend to gun.
still hurts, you know.
To a gun accident, actually. Yeah. When I was like 16, just about the same age, you know.
Okay. I can see how you're a big advocate for the gun safety thing as well.
I am. I'm a huge, but it's weird because that didn't impact my stance on the Second Amendment.
Ah, gotcha. Right.
It's like I saw it happening. So I'm
like, it's happening.
trying to get it under control here. We're slowly creeping down.
No boilovers.
Yes. Was it two brews ago that finally I did the boil over? Was it last brew?
I think it was last brew. You had your boil over after like a year or more of not having one, you know.
And Steve having multiple.
Like 5, you know.
Just trying to get that under control.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna check on the boys since Randy and the girls aren't here. So
hey, where are my hops?
In the fridge.
In the regular fridge that they're always in? Okay. So anyway, Steve has left now, but yeah, that whole concept of, you know, you just kind of have to hit a certain level of life before you can talk about certain things. It's just true, you know. The best stuff is not going to come necessarily from 25-year-olds. No offense, 25-year-olds. I'm sure that you feel that your life is valid, and it is, but the truth is, you have not experienced enough to really know what you're doing when you're making art that's addressing certain situations. And of course, when I was a kid, I didn't feel this way. Because I was a singer-songwriter back then, and I was writing these deep songs about staying together forever. I wasn't even married, and I was writing songs about staying together forever. It's like, okay. That's a nice thought.
All right. Boys are doing fine. I may have found the pink lemonade or whatever it was.
He didn't kill your pink lemonade, did he? He did,
No,
didn't he?
No, I think it's just. It seemed like it was mostly full.
All right, we are under control.
You got your boil.
Yep, that is. I call
You
it
have your roller. Yours are on the left-hand side of the fridge there.
Right. I got the Yakima Cheap.
The Yakima Cheap.
Yep. And yours are in the green bag. The BSG. The BSG.
Yeah, I think that's one of the brands. BSG.
Yeah.
I have Kent Goldings and then Fuggles.
Which order are they going in?
Goldings will be first for bittering hops.
Really?
And I'll put the Fuggles in later. I think I bought an extra pack of Fuggles that I didn't need.
So
I'm going to call this beer a Mother Fuggler.
again with the double entendre. I'm sure Nate loves you for it.
That was for him, actually.
It's all for Nate.
He appreciates my dumb humor, or at least I think he does. You know.
He encourages you. Drop that beautiful sack, boy.
Exactly. See.
If either you or Steve come any place in Florida and we don't hang out, I need to put my glasses on to read. Oh, karma will punish you. So
yeah.
So back to your going to
like
Florida.
I said, I'll be in Florida around the holidays. I don't have a date yet. You know, as it develops, I'll let you know. You know, I'll DM you on Discord because we'll be in Fort Myers, not Tampa. We used to go to Tampa, but not anymore. Everybody moved out of Tampa now. But anyway, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, so we can. I can take a little side trip and come meet you and hopefully try some of your mead. If not, we'll go get a beer or whatever. We'll figure it out.
So the reason I chose Cascade is it says aroma, floral, grapefruit, grassy, herbal, pine.
Yeah.
Typical beer styles, IPA, amber, pale ale. So I was interested in that. You can see the package. It's only backwards to us.
I know.
See, it's right over here.
It'll be correct everywhere else.
American hops from lag. It is so hard to monitor with lag. Anyhow, so we're going to put that one in as a bittering hop and let it do its magic. And then
Do it again later.
well, we're going in at the 0.
Yeah.
So
it should have a good hop aroma if you're going at 0 with Cascade.
right, and that's the idea. I don't think it's not a multiple hop beer. It's just two.
Right.
Well, it's only one style of hop, but
Right.
so the goal is really to not cook out any of the aromas. Right? Just
No.
Bam, 0.
Boom. That way it's all
Yeah.
aroma at the end. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, my beer as a bitter will not be hoppy. It'll be more malty, I guess, if anything.
But I'm not going for an IPA. I don't want it
No,
that
you're
strong.
just doing a
That's
pale
right.
ale.
1 ounce, 1 ounce. That's it. We don't need
I
a.
think you need to boost your heat just a little bit.
Okay. I think you might.
Just a hair, man.
Do I still have flame? Can you see?
You do. You have flame.
Okay.
It seems like you kind of lost your roll. It's more like a
It's an under the surface type thing.
bubble here, bubble there kind of thing.
There we go. That's
There
that's
it is. Yeah,
good.
now it's catching
Yeah.
up. That's working. Yeah, I'm sitting right at 150, like 2 degrees, man.
Right where you're supposed to be. All right. So now we wait an hour.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab us a couple of session ales.
Are we out of the IPA or?
No, we'll just have a session ale and go back to the IPA.
Okay.
For
The
fun.
session ale, which is
An
a
IPA.
lightweight IPA.
So you might as well call it a pale ale.
Well, you could make a lightweight beer that is IPA heavy.
Yeah.
It depends on what your personal definition of an IPA is. So for me, the thing that makes an IPA is the hops.
This is what we're. Oh, I thought pot cam was
Yeah, you
on.
need to go back to that camera.
I thought pot cam
No,
was
hot
on.
cam's not on.
This is what we're gonna drink in place of the beer that I made. It's from Founders, which I'm not sure where they're from. I have to look at the packaging.
I think it's on the can.
Is it on there? I want to say like Oregon, but I could be wrong.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Michigan. I was close.
Yes, very, very close. You
Okay,
know,
so they're from Michigan.
in relation to like the globe.
Yeah. It's closer than if I thought it was from Sweden.
Yes. Not even remotely.
Have another beer. Let's do this.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I like these beers because they're a little bit lower ABV, and they don't fill me up as quick as the other beers do either. You know, it's like IPA light. They're 4.7, so they're not strong beers.
No, that's actually really good. That's kind of what I would like this to be. And then there's Ben, Mr. Power Beer. You might want to add more to that. Next time, Ben, I'm going with my sugars. Of course, the truth is, I could have done that. I could have said, no, I really want this.
We trust him, man. He's never steered us wrong.
No, and their recipes are always good. You know, even the white IPA.
Maybe he just prefers heavier beers, kind of like me, you know.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
It just seems. I think part of it is it seems a little ridiculous to make a beer that's Coors Light strong. It's like, why would you do that? It's like, well, because I want to make a beer that I can drink half the keg in an afternoon and still drive to the grocery store. I want to do this.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a beer. Even at 3%, you couldn't do that. That's 2.5 gallons of beer.
Wow, what darkness is getting.
Nathan says I drink Founders all day. The
Oh, sweet.
regular. It's a really good light IPA. We agree.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Yeah, we do like this.
I did their Centennial IPA once. It's made with Centennial hops.
Mhm.
It was good, but it was strong. It's like a 7-point-something
yeah,
percent.
so that's
It's a
got
strong
more of a
one.
kick to it.
But yeah, the regular Founders all day is perfect, man.
But see, this is an IPA. I consider this an IPA. It's got a smell, right? Not a bad smell. Right?
Oh, it smells like an IPA. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's got a hop aroma.
It's not insane, you know. It's not like, say, Space Dust.
Yeah.
Where you just grabs your tongue and slaps it across both sides of your mouth and then punches it. You know, it's like, whoa, smack, pow! I am a hop. Yeah, no, you're not kidding.
Space Dust is okay, but this has a strange. I shouldn't say strange, but just an after flavor that I don't expect typically in an IPA.
I've never had
Yeah.
Space Dust. I made a
It's
clone
strong.
of it.
It's like 8.1 or 8.2%.
Yeah, I made a clone of it once and it was okay, but
Yeah.
I will never do it again because, I mean, if I do it again, if I do it again, I'm going to do it much differently. There's going to be a lot more straining.
Right.
Because I lost a good gallon of beer to this crud that was in the bottom.
That might have been before we were straining and stuff.
It was before we were straining. And so the amount of mass of all the hops and stuff in the bottom of that
Well,
carboy.
I was thinking today when I was transferring with my little pump, I might take that old auto siphon. Actually, it's never even been used. That new but
That
unused auto
brand
siphon.
new siphon? Okay.
And I might cut the bottom part of it, like leave a few inches on it, so I can the end where the little red cap goes,
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to take the piece of the old auto siphon I had that I attached to the 5-foot hose and put that in there. Just leave it about an inch or so, seal it with something, that way I can just set it down at the bottom and it sucks in from the top. Because I think I told you what happens, like when I'm holding my tube down in there and it starts getting close to the settlement, I can see the settlement getting sucked up.
What? Yeah, and so
it's like, no, don't go in there.
I didn't quite follow all of your engineering that you just explained there, but yeah, basically what you need is, so you've got your sediment down here. You need it so that your suction point is still here,
Right.
but instead of sucking up from the bottom,
And that's what I'm going to do.
it sucks in from the top, which is what the
I'm
auto
going to
siphons
use
do.
the auto
That's the
siphon
way the auto
attachment
siphon.
for it. So yeah, it sucks from the top, so I get less of the sediment.
Yeah, I
in
was
there.
thinking just attach the hose to the top of the auto siphon. You just put the auto siphon down in there. The hose from your pump.
No, I know. That's where, because right now the long piece is from an auto siphon.
Right. I was just thinking use the whole
Use
auto
the whole
siphon.
thing. It might work.
Yeah, I mean, because the construction of the auto siphon will help with avoiding the true,
Right.
and then the pump will just provide the suction. So instead of having to do the whole thing, you just keep it together just like it is. Just drop it down in there and hit the pump.
Well, yeah, the idea was the same. I was just going to cut the bottom off, so I only had about that much of a house, so I can seal it. But then again, if I don't have to cut it and seal it, I could try that. You know.
Yeah, you might try it. I mean, it might be a disaster.
That's right.
It might be the fartiest beer on the planet. Is it
You have
good for when you have a fight with your wife?
Party beer, yeah.
It's like, oh, I am so mad at her. I'm going to drink 3 of these and go to bed with her. I'm going to pull the covers over her head.
I'm gonna Dutch oven my wife.
I may be divorced tomorrow. Not the goal. Not the goal.
Oh, they're on their way back as of 12 minutes ago.
Mm. From Marysville?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about your wife interrupting the show. Where are we sitting here? Oh, I have
like 12 minutes on my Steve. So I got a ways to go.
I got 50. I have 50 minutes. So I've got lots of time. I was just worried about running around and doing this, that, and the other.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
So, still do that.
The tappy tap, yeah.
Yep.
It's
Nothing wrong with that.
It's like muscle memory. I just do it even if I don't know if it works or not. You know.
But it brings me to the next topic, which I'm sure you were just waiting for the next topic. Rituals.
Rituals, huh?
Let's think about rituals today. So at church, we do a lot of things, right? And this is related to, orthodoxy and stuff, but we do a lot of things. And some of them have meaning behind them. Some of the meaning is like super strong. Like, this is important. This is spiritual. This is powerful. This is real. Some of it is, it's just what we do. And it's weird because I was thinking about rituals, and I was thinking, like, if you came to church and seeing some of the things that I do in church, it'd be like, well, that's a ritual. I mean,
Gotcha. Yeah.
And, rituals have value for humans. And I was thinking about it, it's like, Steve, I'm serious. I'm telling you, I'm in my church's nave, which would be the sanctuary. If you're Protestant, it'd be the same as a sanctuary. And I'm thinking about you tapping beer cans. I was thinking that's like a kind of a ritual for Steve.
It is kind of a ritual, yeah. I can agree with that.
Nathan, this is a freaking family show. You know what? Nathan, you come on up here. You and Steve do the show. I'm going to go find a big purple dinosaur, and I'll do my family show. It doesn't offend anything. All right, here's the comment, Steve. Because you need it, suck in from the top. That's what she said. Nathan! Nathan!
Yes.
You are not helping my cause. Okay.
I think he's just agreeing with the engineering there, You suck on the top.
That's what she said.
See, you even took it there.
No, it's in the comments. I can say it all I want because people watching this later are going to see it right there.
Maybe. Yeah, you can hide the comments.
Why would I do that? I'm afraid because after the 2A, I'm a 1A guy.
At least no one's dropped an F-bomb yet.
And
that was you last time. Nathan, it was so funny.
It was
he was the first one to drop the F-bomb.
It wasn't
It was
impassioned.
early in the show, too.
It was just like natural speech pattern. I don't know what happened.
It was like the camera was even on,
I mean, it was, it was like after the camera's off and we're just standing off to the side. And it's like, and then, of course,
like, what?
we called attention to it for the next 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah, it was funny.
We spend a lot of our shows talking about how we try and avoid R ratings.
I know, right? We're PG-13 now.
We are so pure. We are so pure, wonderful. Not like that Joe Rogan show. That guy. He doesn't even brew beer. He just sits and talks. At least we brew beer.
He makes a lot of money doing it.
Okay, well, yeah.
I think he's got like a multi-million-dollar deal with somebody with his first podcast, honestly,
Oh, it was funny. Well, it was Spotify.
Was it Spotify? Okay.
Well, he's on Spotify for sure. That was freaking Neil Diamond, who is a very political person, right?
You talking hairy chest Neil Diamond?
Neil Diamond, like, no, not Neil Diamond. Young. Neil Young,
Oh, okay.
like
okay. Yeah, I
Crosby,
know.
Stills, Nash, and
Yeah.
Young. Very liberal, very
Not a fan
left
of
leaning.
Neil Young.
I don't like his voice first.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like he's singing through his nose and he's squeaky.
I don't care for the
It's just
music.
like,
Don't care for his.
It's like I rode through
his
the
lyrics.
desert on a horse with no name. You know, I wouldn't name a horse that was probably going to die after I rode it too, because you're in the desert. Whatever. I'm not a big Neil Young fan.
Right.
But take the politics and everything, just scrape it aside. He does have amongst older people, and when I say older people, I mean older than us. Like, so go 20
like
years.
our dad's age and stuff.
Yes,
You know?
yeah, 20 years older. These are the people that like Neil Young, you know, because he's part of that whole protest thing. The whole John Lennon, Yoko Ono thing. You know, after John left, after Mr. Lennon, how do we address John Lennon? Say his whole name, I guess
John
that's the
Lennon.
way. John Lennon. You can't call him John. I don't know him. I've never drank a beer with him.
No.
You know, so it's John Lennon.
And Mr. Lennon, this sounds weird. So.
Yeah, it does sound strange because, yeah. Anyways, after he and Yoko left the Beatles and the Beatles exploded because of various things, mainly the one thing being Yoko Ono. Anyways, after that happened, there was all that protest stuff, and there was a lot of people. Bob Dylan was part of that.
Oh yeah.
Freaking
draft dodgers, you know.
What's her face? It sounded like her voice was designed with a chainsaw and sandpaper.
Yoko Ono.
No, that's no, the white girl.
Oh.
Janis Joplin.
Oh, right.
Many of the others. And
they're
they're all
1960s stuff, man, you know.
And they're all part of that folk music stuff that I don't really like, you know. In any case, lost my train of thought. Who was I talking about? Neil Young. So he's part of that thing. So he did have a big following type deal. But then there's Joe Rogan, which is now. And Neil Young was upset with Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan he was on the ivermectin thing. He's like, you know, you use this stuff. I got COVID. I used this, that, and the other, and I'm not dead. It's dead. And so Neil Young was pretty upset about it. And so he told Spotify, basically, I'm removing my catalog
I remember that.
from you
later
because because you are allowing Joe Rogan to be on your platform.
Stupid cancel culture crap.
And
man.
And here's the problem. It's like, Neil, the people who use this platform don't know who you are. They literally don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, so there's me and you, right? And there's a lot of people who know what Spotify is. How much do you use Spotify?
Never.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have an account. I have an artist account.
Not because I have anything against it. I just never.
I never use it.
Never felt like I needed to get an account. You know?
Right. It's like I'm a CDs and downloaded person.
Yeah.
You know, for artists that I really like, I download their whole album.
Buy their album. Yeah.
Which, by
I
the way,
still buy the
people,
whole
if
album.
you want to support your favorite artist, do not stream them. Buy their album. Buying one album is worth something like 5 kajillion billion quadrillion streams. Maybe I'm being a little excessive there, but it is seriously like the amount of streams an artist has to have to make up the sale of one album is an insane number. People like Beyonce, Joe Rogan, Taylor Swift, Metallica, Megadeth, they make these numbers. Joshua Maxey from Denver, jazz guitar player, he doesn't make the numbers. Buy his album.
Yeah.
Whoever your local artist is that you love, buy their album because they are never going to stream to the revenue that you buying just one album.
Yeah.
One album. Buy the album. Okay, so done with that, Rand.
So
anyways, so Neil Young, it's like, Neil, the people that like you don't use this platform. It's like you have no weight here. And he didn't. And Spotify was pretty much like, all right, have a nice day.
So like, to me, it was kind of like I'm going to take my ball and go home. All right, bye. We have other, tools.
And then someone else did it. I forget who it else was, but it was a female artist. But the problem is it was the same.
Yeah.
It's like the people who like you don't know how to use this platform.
I have about 3.5 minutes left on my seat. Oh, wow.
I have 42 minutes left on my boy. So we're good.
That thing.
How did I get on Joe Rogan and Neil Young? And Spotify. Trying to wind it back. Winding it back.
Oh, you did have a point, but I don't remember what it was now. You know, the Neil Young thing was an example of something that you were going to talk about.
This happens to us often on this show.
Yeah, we get a
in
couple
our
beers
personal-
down and we forget what we're talking about.
And in our personal conversations too. This is real life. This is
Yeah.
exactly what happens after the camera
You
goes
should
off.
see us like we're like driving together somewhere. It's like, the hell was I talking about?
I have no idea. Maybe by the time we hit the next town, we'll remember.
Right?
So when is the Brewmeister album dropping? Oh man!
Yeah.
All
We
right,
made some progress recently, so we're one more step closer.
we got mainly on the heavy metal song. We got the rhythm guitar part nailed.
Recorded.
We are happy with that.
Done.
And that is the hardest part of the whole thing. I realized you're like, great, you got one rhythm guitar track, but here's the deal. So we've got Drink 'Em All, which is kind of a Dropkick Murphys-ish, Zydeco, you think pub music, loud, boisterous type thing. That one is done. Just somebody needs to get their vocals in line. I don't know who it is. Yeah, be ashamed. All right. So you got that one. All right. After that, we got Better Beer Through Metal. And that was a real bear because it was it's a multiple time signatures. And
Somebody had to go all complex with the time.
that's okay. No, it was cool. It's if you once you get to listen to this song, really listen to it analytically. Whether you like heavy metal or not, listen to this song analytically. I am no lie, dude. I am uber impressed by what you produced. Like I am seriously. It's like, wow, this is hard to drum to. This is very cool. I really like it. So the hard part was getting the electric guitar part, the rhythm guitar. All we need now is the lead guitar and the bass guitar, which, believe it or not, they're easy. I mean, you're gonna have to find the tones you like, but beyond that, playing the parts shouldn't be that hard.
Nah.
The drum part I know, so I can record the drum part. It's a little tricky, but we've already practiced enough that I got that. So like that, and then we throw the vocals. I can do the vocals because Steve's contribution to the vocals on that song are not quite as particular as Drink 'Em All. And so you got Drink 'Em All, Better Beer Through Metal. After that, we've got The Best Beer is the one that's for me, which is all me. Gonna have Steve play bass because I want Steve to be part of everything. Let's see, The Best Beer is the one that's for me. And then Relax and Have a Homebrew. So that's 4. What's the last one? There's 5 songs. And Hold My Beer.
Hold my beer.
All the lyrics are done. The rhythm guitar parts on the rhythm guitar parts on The Best Beer is the one that's for me. Relax and Have a Homebrew and Hold My Beer are not hyper complex. They're not super fast. They're not uber difficult. I just got to kick myself in the butt and actually record the parts. And so we're going to do that. So we should put out all right, pick something realistic. It's going to be done tomorrow.
Next summer.
That's it. Okay, we're going to have to find somewhere between tomorrow and next summer. That's
You said realistic.
okay. It's coming soon. It's not even the beer album. It's the ever procrastination album. That's what it is. Point being, actually, we just have to kick ourselves in the butt and get this happen. That's all we have to do. Go ahead, make some sack comments. I know you want to.
No, I'm all business now.
It is about time. But we do have all the lyrics and the rhythm parts are done, so it's just I need to find a
The problem is
violin.
we haven't been practicing any of the parts though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we used to get together, drink beer, and work on the vocals for Drink 'Em All, but we haven't done that in like 6-7 months, if even.
I don't know if it's been that long, but yes, I know what you're saying. Well, we kind of transitioned over to the guitar parts for Better Beer Through Metal and stuff.
Right, but we've had plenty of nights where we didn't do anything. We didn't practice anything,
All right, so are you like judging us?
Well, not
I'm
like judges, but
judging
just
us.
saying, we kind of slack on the practice too.
We're
For the
lazy.
stuff that was done,
It's like we skipped over the working hard and we were right to the lazy famous part of our careers.
I'm not, bagging us. It's just like, we kind of stopped pursuing it,
So, how about
We're just gonna have to, when we get together and drink beer on a Friday or Saturday, we're just gonna have to practice again, and at least.
how about January?
So, I mean, it would be nice, but I'm going out of town in December.
Oh, you're going out of town in December.
So it's going to.
So very seriously, we're gonna work on it.
I gotta get my malts.
February, March. It's because the sad thing is we have lives.
Lives, wives, and jobs.
Yep, lives, wives, and jobs. That's that's what we got. So, but trust us, it's there. Maybe we should bring a guitar onto the studio one day and we'll just sing one of the songs. It'll be great.
Yeah, we could do that. Do like an unplugged version.
Unplugged version. Yeah. Just to prove that yes, these songs do exist.
They do exist. We really have these songs. Yeah, because we were doing a 5-song EP.
Yep.
All kinds of beer parody.
It's not parody. This is classic art. This is something that a 25-year-old could not write because they don't know. They don't know. They haven't experienced it at our level. Okay, maybe it's beer parody.
All right, in go the malts.
Well, and there are other difficulties in my life, and your life too. But like, for example, I spend a lot of time practicing piano with my boys. That eats up a lot of my time. Plus, I'm doing the single dad thing for the time being while Wendy's out of town, and so cooking dinner and practicing piano. The boys have a concert in January 12th.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, down in Silverdale.
Silverdale, huh?
Point being, though, is like,
Get out of here.
yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just made me chuckle. Just slinging goop.
Sure.
It'll be fine.
Ooh, excuse me. Trying not to get myself too sticky. Oh, don't you fall off of there.
Now I feel all guilty, dude. Thanks.
Luke.
I feel like guilty and lazy and like I haven't been doing enough.
Well, we've been busy with other things, man.
That's the one place the 25-year-olds do have the advantage. At least the ones without kids.
Right.
They're able to do the starving artist thing.
I wasn't trying to do a guilt trip, but we both have been busy.
I know.
It's like we've got full-time life going on, man.
Yeah.
As much as we want to get this album made, it's just we can only do it when we can, man.
It's not keeping the mortgage paid. It's not doing a lot of things. So it gets the back burner when it happens.
Exactly. It was just a statement of like, well, we're just not practicing because
Too late.
we can't.
I'm convicted.
Oh my goodness.
Have you seen? No, you haven't. There's a woman whose name is Carolina. Calls herself a recovering Californian.
Recovering Californian.
Yeah.
That's funny. That really is funny.
And she just does a lot of like Southern culture things. And the other day she did one, and she's like, so here's something in the South. If someone ever says, they come up to you and they say, I'm convicted, I need to go to the homeless shelter, It doesn't mean they're running away from the law. Talking about the whole church, the Holy Spirit convicted me. I need to do this. It was funny. I can't do it justice. She's pretty funny. I laugh at her video.
All right.
Okay, nothing. While you're doing that, and I've still got 30 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and sanitize the warp chiller. Anything I need to do with this other than just dump a bunch of sanitation water in here?
Just needs sanitation water, that's all.
Okay.
And it'll be ready. There we go. Woo! Warm stuff. Kind of backfired there.
Came right back up.
Came right back in the garage. It's all right. Builds character.
Right. That one made it a lot further.
And it's gonna roll into the street. Nope, never mind. Went in the grass. We're good. Wow. All right, I gotta go rinse my hands. I'm sticky.
All right.
That's what she said.
Oh, really? Hot cam.
I thought we did. I hope I didn't mislead you, dude.
What's that?
Vanilla. I think we still had some vanilla sodas. That was offering one earlier. Well, we do.
All right.
So here you go, man.
Timo and his vanilla pop.
You're doing fine. What's that?
I said Timo and his vanilla pop. He loves his vanilla pop.
Vanilla pop. All right. What am I going for? Oh yeah, rinse my hands. All right. Fire on.
Although he has cut back quite a bit since his mama's been gone.
Ah.
Oh, it used to be like a case a week.
Oh yeah.
Well, not a case, a 12-pack a week. And then he's been down to one 20-ounce bottle every Saturday.
Oh, all right. Oh shit.
Haha, I came in just at that's what she said.
I need to do my dry malts, man.
Oh, it's Daniel Roberts.
Hello. May I use your kniff, please?
Yep, absolutely. We have a new kniff on the show because I lost my old kniff. I think it's lost.
Lost.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
That's too bad. Thank you. It was like a Leatherman.
Yeah, I found that.
Really?
Yep. I was riding my bicycle and I went over. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I was like, what's wrong with this thing? And there's nothing wrong with it. And so I picked it up.
became yours.
Yeah, it was just sitting on the side of the road. So that's funny because Dan and I have a mutual friend, Jem, who you've met via
Well, online,
text,
yeah.
right, and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know who she is through the, the mansion and all that.
She is the queen of that's what she said.
Ah.
Oh my goodness, that girl. She just waits for people to say something to which that applies. Are you getting a really high squealing sound?
I don't hear anything.
Don't be messing with me, man, because I've worked on jets for a few years and I don't want my ears to be screwed up.
No, I hear it, dude. It's my CO. Propane. It's like,
Propane.
what kind of gas am I using? Propane.
The flammable kind. So, Dan, how are you, sir? How's Brazil?
And I lost my phone.
That's okay. You don't want to scorch anyways.
Get this dry malt mixed in nicely.
Brazil is crazy. You know, that's kind of the American attitude of Brazil all the time.
Oh,
I'm always impressed that you live there.
There we go. Now it's nice and mixed the way it should be.
That would be Riley and Cheyenne.
That's not Cheyenne.
Grab your wallet, change it real quick.
What are you doing?
Go get foodies.
Grabbing wallet, changing real quick, go get foodies. Nary a full
American teenager speak, apparently.
yes, nary a full sentence used there. Well, I guess you know what the world thinks of the USA. Best country in the flipping universe. Y'all love us. Want to admire us and model us. Okay, that's not true. We're kind of crazy too.
No. Wow, you are noisy.
You know what is really crazy? There we go. Is that
Right.
over the last 6 years or so, we are seeing things in our country that in previous decades we attributed to third world nations. It's like that stuff happens in Zambia or Tanzania or pick your third world, hardly anybody knows about a nation. And that stuff was happening in this country. Violent political protests. And so I was like, why is this happening? Although, I guess, you know, the one thing is that I think sometimes we don't focus on, I think maybe our education system is lacking a little bit because it's not like we've never had
a lot of it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've never had violent stuff. There was that whole bombing of that one neighborhood. That seems like a pretty significant event that we should have learned about. Tanks and stuff in Detroit, and that was like in the 70s, like military stuff rolling through one of our big cities. That's like Tiananmen Square stuff. It's like, why is this happening in the United States? So yeah, we're not perfect.
Never have been.
But we have good beer.
Like we make it.
Yeah, kind of makes sense. So by the fact that Steve and I are here making good beer, it makes up for a lot of this country's problems.
Right. It's all right. We'll just drink beer.
Yeah. Tell you what, beer.
Hey, user.
Bye. Have fun.
People tried to move
You didn't
to
change
England,
clothes though.
but they fall off of it.
You said you were changing clothes. Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's what she said.
That was for you, Nathan.
Yep, all for you. And Dan, now that you're here.
True, yeah. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if Dan's sense of humor was, like
Oh,
that
yes.
or not. It is? Okay.
So Dan is droll. He's the definition of droll. But yeah, he's got the same.
Nice. All right. Well, good.
Yeah.
You know
It's
how
like
to have fun.
The only person less sophisticated than Dan in this room right now is you.
Is that a compliment? Or is that...
I don't know what just happened.
I'm not sure how to take that one.
People try to move to England, but they fall off of it. Well, there are some interesting pictures of people cramming onto refugee boats.
Oh.
And it was Europeans trying to get to Africa and the Middle East because World War II was happening.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know?
Bombing and things going on.
Yeah, when war hits your country and you are not a warrior.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want to leave. It's like I don't want to blow
War.
up. I don't want my children to blow up.
Right? War is bad. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got a good mix with my dry malt, but it still made a nice foamy layer on top. But not as bad as other times it's been. You know?
Yeah. And it'll be even more foamy as it gets closer
Oh,
to
yeah.
boil, man. That's the thing about dry malt. It just gets foamy.
Well, I like about the dry malt is I can buy as little as 1 pound, and not
Yeah,
have
so
to-
you can
right. I can really narrow.
you can tailor
the
down
most
how
part,
much
narrow down,
sugar you
yeah.
want to put into the thing.
I didn't want 10 pounds of sugar in there. I wanted 7 pounds of sugar. You know.
Mhm.
So by buying 2 cans plus 1 sack of 1 pounder, then it's fine. You know.
Right, and that was kind of my thing when I first wanted. I just wanted the 1 3-pound and then the 1 pound. Like, I just want 4 pounds. I want this to be a light beer. I think it's gonna be fine. I do want to take a gravity just for fun.
Oh,
I mean,
I gotta put the wine thief in the solution then.
it only takes a couple minutes, man. You know,
1 minute according to the bottle.
Yep.
1 minute contact of uninterrupted contact with the solution.
and it's all right because unlike you, I do not take sanitization seriously.
They'd be like, yeah, it's good.
It's good.
A little spit on it.
What fell in there? I don't know.
I have no
It'll be
idea.
fine.
I
The
don't know.
yeast will win. The yeast will win. Get the yeast going first. As long as the yeast get
Oh.
going first.
That way it's spontaneous.
It's so pretentious. Kent doesn't seem far now. I got used to the long drives in Brazil now. Kent, no, man. No lie, Dan. You need to come out to the United States. Just drive once through Texas. And then
Ooh.
after that, when you go back to England and drive around, everything will be like driving around the block. Literally, you will do 24 hours in Texas
One of those
and not
things
leave
where
it.
you're like, man, I'm still in Texas.
At 80 miles an hour, by the way, which is, how many kilometers per hour is that for those?
I don't know.
Texas takes forever to get through. I know.
I don't have the formula memorized, but you know, the speedometer on my car has both. So.
Yeah, so does mine. I went bottom to top of Texas. I went from Corpus Christi, Texas, which I mean, okay, so we could have gone to Brownsville. That's the absolute bottom.
Right.
And then we went out through the Panhandle, and it took forever. Not quite as long. If you go across it,
I've
that's the long one.
done east to west. I drove from Jacksonville, Florida, I-10, nonstop, all the way to El Paso.
Yep, that's the 24-hour plus. I don't think it was quite 24 hours for us to get from the bottom to the top, but it was forever long. We got chased out of Texas by tornadoes. Because I'm driving, you know, we're transferring to a new daily station. We're driving and we're listening to the radio, and it's like, there's a tornado warning in such and such county. And I'm like, what county is that, babe? And she's like, got the map. And she's like, we just left it. Okay, let's keep going. And that happened 3 or 4 times. Just like tornado warning pops up again. What county? We just left it. Keep going.
Yes. On a roll here.
Chased by tornadoes all the way out of Texas. Yeah, we never actually saw a tornado because they were tornado warnings. It's not like touchdowns. It was just like all the conditions are right for a tornado to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, we never got tagged. But yeah, Texas is freaking huge. A lot of the western states are big. Montana is no slouch.
No, it's
Going east to west on
yeah.
Montana, you're
Pretty wide
doing at
state.
least 12 to 18 hours, depending on how fast.
Right.
Back when Montana dropped its speed limit and you could drive 150 miles an hour if your car would do it, it took a lot less time. And there's some chunks of Montana where the roads are straight edge straight. The only thing they do is just a little bit of up and down over hills. They don't go left and right at all. But yeah, man. Although Brazil is not small.
Nope. Real big.
Brazil's not small. How far have you driven in Brazil? I mean, a lot of Brazil you can't drive in though, right? I mean, it's rainforest.
Probably a lot of windy roads to get through that stuff, you know, I'm guessing.
I imagine.
I don't know. I've never been there, so.
In Cyprus, I drive for an hour and I was almost at the other side of the country. Well, yeah, Cyprus is. We have counties that are bigger than Cyprus, especially in the West. Not so much in the East.
Yeah,
In the East, they have counties that are like one house. It's a house is the county. That's the whole county.
Boil. Boil.
So a watch pot doesn't boil, but a filmed pot does.
It does, yeah. Being filmed.
Sometimes
And I
it
walk
boils
away,
over.
it's gonna boil over.
Yep, that's the beauty of this whole show right here is
That's
that
what's
when
waiting
Steve walks away, that's how his pot boils. And usually it's when I'm over doing something else.
Yeah. Out of reach. It's like, I can't get to it in time, man.
It's like,
There's a
yeah,
mess.
wart everywhere.
There's a mess.
Mopping Steve has the cleanest garage floor in this town.
I've never heard of anybody having their garage floor mopped as many times as I have.
Yes. Driven around a few states, most of about 6 hours away. Yeah, 6 hours is a good stretch.
That's a lot of time on the road. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I head out to Montana, and that's
What is your
10.
drive? About 10?
10.
Time? Okay.
Depends, but it's about 10. 10 is about the best I can do. I did
If I'm-
make it once. I made it in 6 hours and 50 minutes.
If I'm by myself, yeah, I can do like 12 hours, boom, nonstop.
Yep.
But when I'm with my family, it's like everybody has to pee, you know,
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
All right, you just peed 30 miles ago. What are you doing? You know.
So the 6 hour and 50-minute trip, I broke the law all the way through Washington. I had my foot on the floor. I was
Yeah.
doing between 120 and 125 miles an hour
Wow.
the whole way across
You really
Washington.
wanted to get there, huh?
I just wanted to see if I could do it. And then I hit Montana, and it's like wide open because there's no speed limit at
Yeah.
the time. The only speed limit was the physical speed limit. There were a couple corners that I was just like, oh,
Better slow down.
hang in there, please,
Yeah,
please.
I tried that in Nevada one time. I was, by myself. I was in the Trans Am. I was
Uh-huh.
like, there isn't a soul out here. I opened it up. Cop found me.
Are you serious?
Out of nowhere, this highway patrolman, is just like, woo, pulled me over. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I wasn't honest. I was like, I was just cruising. I mean,
There's nobody
there was nobody around.
I
I thought
wanted
I'd
to
open
do
up.
this.
I thought I'd open up. He's like, all right. He gave me a warning. He's like, all right. Because I get it. You have, you got a powerful car. You're gonna want to have some fun. He's like,
Oh yeah,
gotta
man.
slow it down, man. It's not safe. You gotta slow it down. He says, but check it out. You're in the system now. Not, because he put me in the
Right.
system. He says, if you get pulled over again in the state of Nevada, they will give you a ticket because they're gonna see you've already had a warning. And I was
Yep.
cool, but I kept it reasonable.
There's little smiley faces floating up here.
They're floating.
I didn't know you could do little smiley faces on YouTube Live.
Wow, like in the chat's floating, huh? Yeah. Who did that? Oh, I can see him now. Yeah.
I don't know. Now there's like little.
I think it's like, you know how if I send you a certain text, since we're both on iPhones, it does stupid little things.
Okay.
I think that's the same idea, man.
Anyways, let's catch up here.
Yeah, let's catch up on comments.
So Dan says, terrible roads in some parts of Brazil. Not surprised. Terrible roads in Idaho, United States. They don't have police in Idaho. They really don't. They don't have to worry about it. Like
Just a
highway
recommendation.
patrol. It's just that the roads are so terrible that you can't exceed anything more than like say 45, 50 miles an hour.
That might be by design.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like we save money by not fixing our roads, and we save money by not hiring state patrol.
Oh, I'm getting close.
This makes me chuckle. But yeah, terrible roads. So Dan's like, I can't drive more than 2 or 3 hours without a stop. I'm not gonna lie. I usually have to pee at that point, but that's about it. Nathan's like, Maker Alliance Moto get better every day. So stop splitting the beer. What's that supposed to mean? Maker Alliance Moto get better every day. So stop splitting the beer.
I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to explain that, Nathan.
Like, don't make me type, you guys.
I know it's supposed to be a pain for him to type. Your dad drove a little here in Brazil recently, and my mom was terrified. Oh, stop spilling the beer! Stop spilling the beer. Who's that?
Oh,
That's you. He's talking to you.
I didn't spill any beer.
You have a history. You're in the system in Texas, and you have a history.
Nevada.
Nevada, right? Man, I got pulled over in
No,
Texas.
you're right, man. You're right.
And I actually got a ticket for
I
doing
did too.
60 and a 55 on
Wow.
a road
That's
straight
what we
as
do
an
around
arrow
here, man.
to the freaking horizon. Oh man, Dudley do right, man with no eyes, mirrored sunglasses. What do you doing 60 back there? Well, aren't you happy, Donut King?
It's 55, man.
Who cares?
Oh, boilage.
All right,
I'm watching the boil
good deal. Keep watching that boil.
because we know what happens if I don't.
Right.
All I have to do is think about walking away, and it's like, ha
All right, I am at 11 minutes, so I'm going to be kind of in and out. I'll be here. I'm going to go get the hose. I'm going to rinse my carboy, get things ready.
Calm down. Y'all can see this. It's trying to, it's trying to play too hard. Calm down. As soon as it stabilizes, I'll add my first hop addition. There we go. Hard to see with all the foam, though. Come on. Go away, foam. There we go. That's a good boil. Huh. It's like I'm talking to a dog. That's a good boil. Good boil. Good boil. All right, come on. A little more stability. Because interestingly enough, if I add the hops, just kind of dump them in, it actually could boil over with the hops.
It's crazy how it gets so excited when
Yeah.
you do that.
All right, we are good, man.
Sweet.
I have some crystal in here. What do you know?
Crystal?
Crystal hops.
No. I was like, I didn't know we did meth on this show.
Whoa! I have two different levels of alpha acid in my Fuggles, man.
So same Fuggles, different alpha acids?
Different alpha acids, yeah.
You know,
One of them's like 5.7, the other one's like 3.9.
we've talked about that before, how you can have the same hop, but because of the year.
Yeah, the year and the yield was different, for that year.
Yeah.
And now it's not quite aggressive enough. There we go.
Ah, yes. Continuing the saga of Steve and attempting to maintain a boil.
So I'm gonna add the hops in very slowly and carefully.
This week, we'll watch Steve try to keep his boil normal.
All right, 1 ounce East Kent Golding. These will be my bittering hops to counter all the sugars from the malts.
When's your next edition?
I have to decide that.
Oh,
My original recipe, I had half ounce at 30 and a half ounce at 0, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do it that way.
I think I'd move
I
closer.
think I'm gonna put an ounce in at 15 minutes.
Yeah, wait. So you have 3 hops. Two styles, but 3 additions.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna only do 2 additions.
Okay.
With
Well, it is a bitter.
it is the bitter, yeah. So
What do you think about the Fuggles at 20? Gonna
so
split the difference. Just a thought.
just saying.
No, not just saying. Like honestly, just a thought.
No, I know. I'm messing with you.
Because we never just say.
No. All right, set my timer because my timer's set. Let me start my timer. So I have a good boil. Nice roller. Don't want it crazy, but just a nice. Oh crap! You know what I just did?
What?
Put all my hops in there. I didn't use my meshy thing. Oh
So
well.
you're using the strainer today. Did
Yeah.
you put chill water in the fridge?
I told you I did when you first got here.
I don't actually listen to you when you talk to me, obviously.
Yes, chill water's already in the fridge.
Okay.
No, I have this kind of this cylinder thing made out of meshy material, and I usually just put my hops in there and submerge it into the boil to try to minimize the amount of sludge it's going to create in the end. Until I forgot to grab it, but that's all right. No big deal. In the end, once everything's said and done, we're pouring the wort into the carboys. I use a typical strainer, so like a kitchen style strainer. It will help minimize some of that, that gunk going in there. Oh, you're out of beer, Jamie. Let me take care of that for you.
Is that mine?
Das is yours. Yeah.
You are a good friend.
I knew you needed it.
I did. Probably need about 4 more of these before the end of the night.
Well, we're kind of in the keg holding mode right now. I'm surprised it's lasting this long. It's like, wow, still pouring beer.
That's amazing. Oh, what else we got? Spilling, haha, hello, looks promising. So yeah, so we're kind of making, what we call them base recipes today. We're making beers to start with, and then we're gonna play with these recipes. Steven, I've never called him Steven.
You've never called me Steven.
So Steve, I've had a few beers. So Steve is making actually an English style, a bitter, or maybe a special bitter, or maybe an English special bitter, or perhaps an extra special bitter. We don't really know the whole ESB thing, but it's a bitter.
It's kind of it's kind of in between the special bitter and the ESB, you know. So,
anyways,
I prefer it to be more of a bitter, but I think because of my choice of grains, it might be a little more like an ESB, but that's okay.
Right. Anyways, that's what Steve's making, and you heard that if you were listening, and you didn't just throw your phone on the bed while you went and did something else in this background. Which, by the way, we're cool with that. You know, turn this on, throw the phone wherever you want. We don't care. Go ahead, views are views. Yep, that's what we look at. Anyhow,
Nice IPA.
You did good, man. I know that you want to tweak this and get it to exactly what you want, but this is so much better than episode 1 and episode 2.
Oh, definitely. That boil is awesome. Try it.
So anyhow, Steve, that's what Steve's making. He's making a bitter, which is an English style beer. I'm making an American beer, to be honest. I'm using 10 Yeast 1056, which is an American ale hop. I'm using Cascade hops. Those are American hops.
You meant American ale yeast.
Exactly.
You said American ale hop. It's like, yeah, I think you meant yeast, but
I'm not driving home anytime soon, so don't worry. But I'm making a pale ale.
We have a couch.
Yes. Very simple. Just it's got 2 grains, one kind of hop added at different points, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so that ought to be interesting. But we're gonna start there, and then we're gonna taste them, and then we're gonna go further. You brushed your teeth. Is that okay? Not only is that okay, Dan, but it is encouraged. Here on Northwest Brewmeisters, we are all about oral hygiene. You need your teeth. You need to chew through things. Sometimes when you're tied up in an espionage caper, you might need to chew through the rope. If you don't brush your teeth, they will not be sharp enough to get through the rope. You see where I'm going with this. Very important. Oral hygiene. We are all about it. I'm going to put you back on pot cam now, you punk. Back on pot cam for you. All right. So you know what the honesty is? You're going to hear us in the background. Wait, what do you think? Shut it down? I got 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, let it go for a little bit longer.
All right. So pretty much we're going to go pot cam. You can watch Steve's.
I still have.
Type really loudly if it starts to boil over. Like really loudly.
I don't think it's going to happen. Because one, the door is open. It's been open for a while. I'm stable.
And it's not windy today.
It's not windy today.
There's
so
no wind.
We're not getting some erratic temperature changes like we were getting before, you know.
All right.
I think
So
we'll be
cool.
Okay.
So no lie, you can hang on, throw your phone on the bed, go play a game, do whatever, make dinner, romance your wife, whatever you do. Or you could watch Steve's wart.
You can watch it boil, literally. Might have more fun with paint though.
True.
watching the paint dry.
Unless some magic thing happens.
You're gonna need a plugman for the water source, so.
That's right. So both me and Steve are going to be busy with mine in just about 1.5 minutes. 911 on standby. It's never reached that point. Well, I mean, Steve got kind of angry once. I was a little worried, but I'm strong, and I don't think he'd hurt me.
Why would I do that, man?
I don't know. Maybe he lost control, went all Incredible Hulk, and like threw me through the back window of your Trans Am, which I'm hoping you would
I
regret.
would never want to do that.
Oh, so you love your Trans Am more than my car?
I put you first before the car. I said, one, you're my friend. Two, it's a car. You know, how would I do that?
It's a really nice car. Hey, your water is running.
Oh,
Not hard, but still.
sounds good. Did you leave the water on? I mean, I don't remember you even turning the water on.
I turned it on to rinse my car while out, so it's only been running for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No, it hasn't been running for an hour or anything crazy
Right.
like that.
Right.
I just looked out there and it's like, oh look, the water that you pay for
Yeah, I
is
do pay for it.
running down the.
I'm glad you caught. I mean, I think it was just a little trickle, though. It looks like. So.
It was. I had it. I did not have it on very
Yeah.
hard, so it was a low volume, but still,
Right.
don't need to pour it down the drain. 14 seconds.
Feels like something biting me, but it might just be my head messing with me. 14 seconds. Oh no.
Let's see how close to zero. Let's see if I can actually.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't quite make it.
That's all right.
That's all right.
You'll be all right. Whirlpool it. And there it is.
Very close.
Flame off.
Shut that off. Bam. I think I will whirlpool it.
There you go.
Hush you. Okay, plugman. I need a plugman.
Plugman.
I also need some gloves to pick this thing up because it's hot.
Well, you still have the work gloves right behind you.
That's what I'm after.
Home Depot special.
All right, y'all, keep an eye on Steve's pot because it tends to overboil.
Yell really loud if it's
Yes.
gonna boil. No,
Just-
it'll be fine.
Text in all caps.
It's boiling.
Okay, water on. Water off. Water on.
All right, looking good so far.
Oh, I think you're right, man. I mean, it's like there's no wind.
No, we're not getting
We're
the
not
temperature
changing
variations. So,
anything.
yeah.
You would say
It's only the winter that it seems to affect my boil the most.
right. Well, we open the door and then
Exactly.
the wind comes in, and then you get no boil,
And so then I compensate for it, and then it overboils. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, the gloves are right behind you, man.
I know, but for this, the towel is actually better.
All right.
It doesn't have motor oil on it. Just say it.
Well, we never just say.
That's true. So I'm pointing out a fact. It does not have motor oil on it, Steve.
I know.
I am pretty confident.
I don't think that's actually motor oil on there. I think that's from the grill.
Oh,
I don't remember ever using those gloves to do anything on my truck or my car. You know.
I'm still not 100% sure I want burnt hot dog grease in my work.
Yeah, it might be kind of funny tasting.
I mean, I don't want this to be the savory beer. We'll do a savory beer.
We'll do a savory beer later.
Well, one bounced back up in here, and the other one kind of went down and onto the grass somewhere.
Yeah, I
Is it
got
under
that.
my Suburban?
No, I was behind. I found it. The one that went on the grass, I picked up already. I'm just trying to do a little cleanup while we have a
Sure.
moment.
Good idea.
Clean as you go. That's my thing.
I know. I admire that about you. Not quite enough to adopt it myself, but I still admire it about you.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna check my boil. It's good. See if there's any comments.
How many minutes you got? We super safe?
Oh, Dan's got to go. If
right.
you're still there,
Bye, Dan.
bye, Dan. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, man. Take care. Drive safe.
I still have 46 minutes on my boil.
Okay, so you were way
I got ways to go. But that's good because we have a nice gap between what we're doing, but not such a huge gap. It's like, it's 11 o'clock and we're still doing beer.
So like that was kind of a joke, but at the same time, it really was. The other day, you waited a long time.
I went way more than necessary.
It's like, okay. So,
You know, I kind of had forgotten how much time we needed. And so I was just kind of erring on the side of caution, you know. Obviously, we don't need that much time. I can, like, when your steep's done, it's like, okay, I can start my fire. We're not going to overlap.
provided I keep moving and I don't wait for 20 minutes to start my boil.
It's like, dude, you going to turn your flame on or not? Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh,
No, right now.
Fucking turn your flame on. Ah! There it is.
What?
I just hopped in that bomb.
Stevie, don't say anything because I didn't hear it, so they didn't hear it. Nobody heard it. Even though we called attention to it for the next 40 seconds.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Now, there's something to keep in mind. The chill water's been in there for a couple hours, so
So it's actually chilled.
yeah, it's actually chilled. It wasn't like, oh crap. No, before you got here, I chilled it. You know.
So I don't necessarily, because the last few times when the chill water like went in not quite on time, so to speak. All right, so at 80.
I think it would be fine at 80.
Go ahead and shut it down.
The key is to be good at below 100. You know.
No, wait. Let that run for a minute. Let's say goodbye, and then.
Let's put it in the grass so it's not just running down my
You
driveway.
actually want to like water the lawn?
It's like water the lawn or water the rose bush, Brandon's rose bush. There you go.
That'll work. All right. We'll move that to regular cam. All right, so Dan's moved on. Nathan, we don't know if you're there. Chat soon. Heading off. Okay. See you, Dan. Looks like Nathan's still here. Hey, thank you again for being here. We appreciate it. We had a good time. Talked about some cool things. Had some funny statements. Somebody supported Steve in totally inappropriate behaviors. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll come to grips, though.
Namaste.
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 Is it namaste?
No, it's namaste.
Okay.
All right. And now the police are coming. So, yeah, we should probably go.
We gotta go
It's
quick.
probably something your daughters did because my children are innocent.
You can't say daughters because one of them was with her mother right now.
Okay, so daughter,
Yeah, two teenage girls were up driving around in a vehicle.
a really big pickup truck.
God only knows what could happen.
You know, that is part of being a parent, that whole letting go, but
I
that
know.
stole that. I don't know how my parents survived because I came home sliced up, diced up, bloody, broken so many times. I'm amazed they let me out of the house.
Right.
I'm not lying. All right, hey, anyways, thanks for being here. As always, relax.
Don't worry.
Have a home brew.
Nathan will hit you up in direct messages and Discord as my vacation develops for the holidays, man.
All right, later.
Bye.